to create a different narrative that will go side by side with facts, so that people will begin to actually push that wrong narrative until they clear the drug lord. Meanwhile, everywhere Nigerian goes, you are going to profile us. You're going to screen us for what we didn't do, for the sins we have no idea, I mean, we didn't actually contribute to. A lot of us are going to be persecuted because of this latest development in Nigeria. So it ought, actually differently, that they have these people in Nigeria that they hired, who actually have their own political allegiance to APC, Egbekegbe, and they are using the BBC Africa, BBC platform to spread their propaganda, to give legitimacy. I mean, if a UK Prime Minister is accused of forging his own education certificates, is he just going to hire BBC to launder his image? Or is just going to face the camera, face the press, and answer questions about this? Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world today. Former UK Prime Minister David Cameron said Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. That if what is being stolen from Nigeria yearly is stolen from the United Kingdom a year, United Kingdom will run and will go bankrupt within 5 years. What they actually steal from Nigeria a year. And yet, you can't help Nigeria and Nigerians to fight these criminals. You're gonna profile us anyway. You're gonna see us as people coming from a narcotic nation. You're gonna see us as people who are like forgers. Everyone that comes from Nigeria today will receive every extra training than their counterpart from the rest of the world. But you're not going to help us. It's so unfortunate. Immediately this publication came out, Nigerians reacted, of course. And what there followed, the perpetrators, Nwonwu, Olaronke Alao, Fauzia Tukor, they all locked their social media handles, whereby you will not be able to contact them. You will not be able to comment on their pages. They decided to go underground. The job is done. The rest of the world, the rest of their government in Nigeria are already sharing it. It is like their first shot at trying to fight back, changing the narrative. You know what I mean? So Nigerians are now demanding from the UK government to not only delete this misleading article, they must also sack those 3 musketeers, those 3 agents of misleading or misinformation from their platform. Because Nigeria is currently at a place where an ordinary Nigerian believes that they are fighting for their lives. And the propaganda and the collusion of the UK government with the Nigerian successive draconic authoritarian governments, which even though you are collaborating with them in unleashing this terrible misgovernance that continue to give Nigeria and Nigerians a terrible image abroad, you still profile us for it. It's us that you punish for it. And then took advantage of that as the economy continued to dwindle. And they continue to receive your backing. Nigerians continue to live in droves, looking for the greener pastures that are not really green anymore. So yes, a lot of Nigerians are beginning to contact the BBC. Enough, right? There has been so many human rights infractions by this APC, Egbekegbe government in Nigeria. And you've just been rubbing salt on the wounds of Nigerians, right? And I like that. Those who committed this treachery, they are already scampering and running for cover because the only place that people actually have to fight, and those who have the real kind of resources to fight, are those of us who are in the diaspora. Because when things go south in Nigeria soon, they will begin to change their laws here too. Even though you are seeing them currently giving visas and making so much money from Nigeria and Nigerians from our own miseries, one of these days they will begin to do what they would call easing the weight, easing the burden. That will be when millions of Nigerians would have flocked all of this Western world. When things continues like this, many Nigerians will leave. The UK, at least, a lot of us are beginning to meet our former schoolmates, primary schoolmates, secondary schoolmates, church members, market colleague, and the rest of them. You have started meeting them on these different streets all over the world now, Abi. In Canada, when you walk 2-3 blocks, you see somebody you went to school with 10 years ago. All of them have relocated. Abi, when you look at your wedding picture today, you see those who were there when you did your wedding 10 years ago. Out of about 20 people that were at your wedding videos and pictures, 18 of them are now living in the UK. You run into yourselves now. Everybody is now like, UK is now like Shomolu to Bariga. You get what I mean? If you go to London, even here in Glasgow, everybody is running to themselves. Now, one of these days, they are going to tell themselves that, listen, we have had enough. We need to ease the burden, change the law, send these people back to where they come from. And that is going to be another battle. There will be the consequences of where this is going to lead to. So to those of us who are in the diaspora, who have the resources, it is indeed on us, on all of us, never to keep quiet. Bond together. And at this point, join them in fighting for our lives. When they use their Western media to address their Western audience, lying to them, do not let it pass. Because nothing is by coincidence. Just go and look at the author. Right now, all over Nigeria media, they are telling everybody there is no evidence of Tinubu forging his certificate. BBC. Of course, it is not BBC. It is these 3 musketeers who did the Ashet job. These guys can be, all of them will be probably under 25. Look at their faces. They are helping in shaping the future that promises all of us one thing, generational ruins. But they are doing it right now without considering the consequences. They are not mentioning their names. They are now titled the whole thing as BBC. That's exactly how you're going to see next time. There is no evidence of Tinubu forging his certificate. New York Times. Just don't look at it. Look beyond the title. Go and look at the author. You will see the name there. Washington Post. Tinubu did not forge his certificate. No evidence. Washington Post. Go and check the author. You will see the name of your brethren there. In the case of these 3, you can call it Wazobia. Wa is for the Olaronke. Zo is for Zia. Bia is for Chiagozie Fred. Do you see the tempo there? Wazobia. And that's exactly how they are going to be moving in the next coming days. When they will be moving so mad. You will be seeing your brethren there. Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, Ijos, Ishekiris, Fulanis, and the rest of them. They will be like they were on propaganda steroid. 400 of them have been hired. In case if you don't know what you are up against, the only people that can really match them for madness for madness, facts against lies, are all of us on social media. And that is the reason why they said social media is the biggest enemy of Nigeria. Baba, economy of Nigeria that is tanked is not the biggest worry of the federal government of Nigeria. The insecurity that has become everyday mental sum, our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses, kidnap us and then kidnap us every day and give us our daily bread. What is our daily bread? Kidnap us, brutalize us, dehumanize us. In fact, kidnap and kill us back go matter. It is now becoming a daily bread in Nigeria. You either get kidnapped, or you escape from kidnappers. It is Thanksgiving from Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving. This is not a big headache to the federal government of Nigeria. No, it is not. When you have the population of over 22 million children out of school, your future is already ruined. You just don't want to accept it. You can live in denial. You can pretend it's not happening. You can even pretend to be saving your own family when this old keg of gunpowder finally catches its fire and then boom. You would be more than shocked if you are alive. 22 million out of school children, no education, no training, no planning, no future, but they have to survive anyway, one way or the other. In that system, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the headache of the federal government of Nigeria. Why would that be? That they run Nigeria aground. That when Nigeria generates 100 naira, Nigeria spend 98 naira servicing debts, which means Nigeria is left with a 2 naira. And that 2 naira too is going to go into IOU, another debt. It's not the headache of these criminals. They are hiring publicists. They are hiring public speakers. They are hiring media, representatives. They are hiring people that will be, they call them people relation officers, PROs, for Tinubu as special advisors, special assistants, because they want people to come and lie to you. They are hiring media men and women, clowns, that will paint you El Dorado, the picture of how they are working day and night to make Nigeria work for you. And then you'll be hoping and expecting, thinking, oh, they are working for us. They are going to make it soon. Electricity is going to work soon. There's going to be this or that soon. They are hiring those, not those who are going to sit down, think, and take you out of the mess you are. They need image launderers. They are willing to pay millions, and they are actually paying millions, if not billions, to everyone who is ready to put his name on the line and come out and say, Tinubu is right. Tinubu is clear. All of you are just enemies. Leave him alone. Let him be. Face your life. If you are willing to do that, they'll pay you. Why Nigeria continue to go down the hill? Think about that. Because illegitimacy, you cannot wash illegitimacy clean with lies and propagandas. You can't. I have told you this before. You can rig election to come to power and use propaganda to do that and see yourself as somebody who has achieved something. To you, you have won the war. It's a war, jihad, war, or you have lost the battle. You won the war of those who are doing everything to legitimately stop you. You rigged in, lied, killed, did all you could. But you lost the people. And here you are. You need more and more liars to get more and more of them on your side, not what you have to offer or what you have to do or what you are doing. It is about how they feel about you And that's why they hire more people, publicists. People that will tell you Tinubu is not who you think he is. He's a great person. He's thinking about you. He's working day and night. It's coming. Your life is going to get better soon. Okay, don't worry. They are thinking of you and all of that. They will be telling you all of that every day. You'll be seeing your life goes up in smoke. But the big question is still going to remain. Who is Tinubu? Eh? Who the hell is this guy? And did they not tell him that whatever they are telling him to do right now to kind of block this whole thing and let it go away won't? Bukwari tried. It didn't work. And I think this is where I am going to take you to Peter Obi's part. Peter Obi held a press conference where he called on Chief Tinubu. Some people said he deliberately didn't call him president. I never used the phrase, Your Excellency. So he called him chief. Others said it's just him didn't want to say thief Tinubu. That the chief sounded like a thief. So I'm going to take you through Obi's views on all of this, because we have also received the report that even Obi himself, they are waiting day and night, tapping his phone and seeing people that he's talking to every day and night to see something that you're just going to hear the breaking news. Breaking news. Labour Party presidential candidate of 2023 election has been arrested for plotting to overthrow Tinubu. And everybody will be like, hey, Nalayo. They will just start presenting WhatsApp messages. They'll start presenting voice notes. They'll start presenting other things. And they'll say they have evidence to arrest Peter Obi for treason. You remember when they said people should call Peter Obi to stop talking? That every time he is talking, he is the one that is making it difficult for Tinubu to receive legitimacy. That every time, Peter Obi will go to media and he will be lambasting Nigeria. He will be lambasting the government. He will be saying, is that the one that want to rule Nigeria? APC, now APC, they complain. Aye, Jonathan. Man, that guy messed up. Jonathan messed up. You know what I mean now? APC, they complain, say they don't want to be on any TV. They said because every time he goes on TV, he gives all of you obedient energy to believe that we die here. Tinubu not be your president. They wanted Obi to just go away. That all of you will be asking, where is Obi now? Shall we not tell you? Obi don't disappear. He just want cash out. He just wanted to use all of you. Shall you get? They expected him to go away. They won't hear from him again. So the APC, they used social media in 2015 to change a sitting president, to Sambisa, from Sambisa to Tuoke. The same APC, are so scared of social media, and they believe that this Obi is the energy of all these young people. They said they didn't have a way of telling him to stop using social media. They couldn't stop him. So they were waiting for the time that he's just going to say something. Something that's going to be like, yes, Obi said, and then they will just go after him. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the obedient are like, Ogbeni, we are tired of all these things, Jare. Telling us to wait. Love, justice, peace. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Yeah. So if you are still watching, remember you need to like the broadcast, okay? And you need to also subscribe. That is the way I believe you are actually like supporting too, okay? So if you can do that, that would be great. On the other hand, the obedient are getting tired of, we need to do something. But this will be the tell us, no, wait. Make we wait. Obi, where they tell disobedient to wait. Follow the process, follow rule of law, follow blah, 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 like that, And some of these obedient are impatient. They're like, oh, Benny, they waste time. You just say, that person where they tell people to come is still giving these criminals serious sleepless nights. They told him not to appear on TV. Anytime he appear on TV, he will say, I won. Tinubu didn't win. And the obedient will say, yes, that's my president. He did not win. We said, that stuff. And APC were like, stop saying that. Stop going on TV. At least you say you are in court. Wait for the court now. Abi? Sure, you understand that now? So we want to be the one to be talking, not you. Let's be the one talking. So assuming that it was like 2015, when they had goodwill of the people, those people would have shut the obedient down. If it was in 2015, but because people don't know APC, nobody wanted them per se, except for those who are looking forward to one day, may they call them, may they give them something. So they wanted to be the one doing the talking, analyzing, basking in that euphoria of a victory, stolen victory. Every time Obi show up, it will just rob them all of that advantage. Now him everybody go to talk about. Now him everybody go to say. If they say something, causes upon causes, thief abuses upon abuses. But if this Obi say something, everybody go just they look like nice. Obedient go just they sound so lovely, nice. They praise him. They take their shine away. So they are looking for a chance to nail him and arrest him, that or send him away from Nigeria. I have said that for the past 7 months. I've said that to you. That's always the plot. And that is why the guy seems to be kind of being clever with them as well. We'll go through what he had to say. If Tinubu is a disgrace, why don't you just come out and talk like me? Answer these questions yourself. You don't need to hire people to talk for you. You're talking about your school, right? Take the microphone. You are now the president, Abi. Take the microphone and tell your country, tell your people who you are. Obi, they asked Tinubu to come and tell you who he is, instead of sending people to you. It's a long press release. I want us to enjoy part of it, okay? As part of this chat tonight. We'll go through that. Obi, they do press conference here.
The entire Chicago University matter, as well as Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu's many other lingering identity question marks, have further worsened Nigerian less than glorious image internationally. Uninformed outsiders now see every Nigerian as a fraudster, certificate forger, or identity thief. The controversy is unnecessary, just as the implicit global embarrassment could have been avoided. In my opinion, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have saved the nation and himself this protracted embarrassment and undue sight. Even in this late in the day, however, Chief Ahmed Bola Tinubu still owes the nation and the world a simple debt of obligation only he can discharge. I therefore respectfully and humbly call on him to immediately and personally mount the rostrum of his present high office to perform a simple task once and for all time. He should reintroduce himself to the nation he governs and to the world for avoidance of further doubt. He should let the world know his name, his nationality, his place of birth, his parentage, the primary and secondary school he attended with dates, as well as the actual universities he attended and certificates obtained. He should indicate clearly where and when he did his national youth service. In addition, if at any time he had a change of name, he should state so clearly and circumstance that his name itself is no crime. This is a simple task that will take only a few minutes. It requires no affidavit, prolonged court process, spokesperson, agents or surrogates. The tax is one that only Chief Bola Tinubu himself, through a direct personal statement, can perform. He must perform this tax urgently in order to lay to rest, once and for the last time, the many lingering doubts and valid speculation about his true identity. A leader cannot outsource a clear, unambiguous personal statement about his identity to political surrogates, official spokespeople, lawyers, or any other person, no matter how highly placed. A matter of personal identity of a leader is too sensitive and central to the function of the office he currently occupies to be trifled with, outsourced, or disguised under the cloak of officialdom. It is about integrity, morality, values, and the rule of law that defines the character of a nation and its people. In his present capacity as the leader of a nation of over 200 million Nigerians, his true identity is a matter of grave national and international interest. The people deserve to know with certainty the true identity of their leader, and this overrides whatever rights he may have to personal privacy. In addition, the international community deserves to know the true identity of the person with whom they will engage on Nigeria. Having stood for an election of elevated office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Bola Tinubu have implicitly undertaken to cede the rights of private citizens in favor of life of open disclosure of his true identity and other circumstances that might be of public interest. His personal integrity demands no less. The legitimity of the office he currently occupies demands that much and even more. Respect for the integrity and esteem of the Nigerian nation within the Community of Nations makes it even more incumbent and compulsory. It is time to do the right thing. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. His Excellency will entertain 5 questions. Please.
Check your back.
Check your box.
Did you see the faces of everyone there? Is that Obi? Is that Obi talking? He kept calling him Chief Bola Tinubu, Chief Bola Tinubu. So he didn't bother calling him President Tinubu because he's not anyway, yeah. So he challenged him that, please, Mr. Tinubu, do us one single favor. Grab the microphone like him and talk to your people and say, fellow Nigerians, this is me, Bola Adekunle Ahmed. There's another one, Amoda Tinubu Shongoliri. Put everything together and talk to your people. I am not Bat. I am Bat. I be now. Bola Ahmed Adekunle Amoda Tinubu Shongoliri. How many ha inside that one? Talk to your people. You don't need to keep, giving that job to other people who are going to say nonsense. Different stories. That is why you are a mystery. Do you get what I mean? Normally, people used to say bat. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, bat. But since this wahala started, his vuvusalas have decided to give him even more names. NYSC certificate, they show Adekunle, Latibo, Chicago State University, That one is showing Adenike. Do you know how many ha that is now in between before you get to T? Tell everybody and say, well, it's all my names. All my names. Were you born in 1952 or 1954 or 1955? You can tell them. I be Akuda. I mean, I be Dakuda. What's the now name we give to those children who died? Ogbanje. I be Ogbanje. My mama born me in 1952. I no like him. I go back. She born me again 1954. I no like her too. I go back. She come born me in 1955. That's when I said, okay, I stayed. Simple as that. Simple as APC. There are those who are going to believe you. Tinubu, they run. They run to talk to you. And you think that is normal. Since this whole madness started, I have known almost all of the names of Tinubu. I told you. Bola, Adenike, Amoda, Adekunle, Ahmed, Tinubu, Shongolere. 7 goni. 7 names to your long. He was born in 1952, 1953, 1954, and 1955. Akondayon, very, very mysterious person. I go here waiting be they ask, waiting they ask be waiting they tell them. We'll go back to that place where they are doing the press conference. Let's go back there.
A primary school called Holy Trinity Onitsha. I was there for a few years when my auntie, who was the principal at a place called Umuoba, Anam Primary School, took me because she wanted to live with me. So I stayed there. From there, I passed common entrance to go into Christ the King College. I was in Christ the King College from September 1973 till 1978. I then went to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 1980 to 1984. Read philosophy and had a BA, second class in philosophy. Thereafter, I've been to so many other institutions for training, which I will show you my CV before you leave now. I'll make sure I have it circulated, and I can claim to be an alumnus of some of those schools that I went for training, among which include Lagos Business School, Kellogg Graduate School, Oxford University, State Business School in Oxford, Cambridge, George Business School, and in Switzerland. There's so many other places that I've gone for training, for INSEAD in France, Columbia in New York, and all that. So these are no longer private to me. Everything I read or any thing I did, programs I participated, are documented. When I give you my CV, whenever I write down here, I'll show you what I did there. And they're open for verification. It's no longer a private thing. You must be verified.
Thank you.
On issue of whether, on invitation of the PDP presidential candidate, let me reiterate again. Whenever there's an issue of national interest, I'm involved in it, invited or uninvited, because about our country.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Your Excellency, my name is Friday, and I'm a reporter with Channels TV. I'd like to ask you just one question, since my senior colleague has taken the first question I wanted to ask actually about that call from the PDP presidential candidate. My second question, which I'm asking now, has to do with what the PDP candidate has in his hand. I've not seen it. That's why I'm mentioning. I'm using my words carefully. The certificates that he said his lawyer have been able to get that has generated these conversations. Of what use is it to your own case? Because we would like to know if you also pleaded among your prayer in the court is included the certificate forgery that the presidential candidate of the PDP is portraying. So of what use is what they have now? What use it is in your fight to secure a mandate?
I don't make comments on issues that are before the court. Everybody knows that. However, where we are is beyond the court. What we're talking about today is actually a challenge and a crisis to the soul of our nation, to our existence. People who are asking these questions and you have to answer everywhere, it's not this. And when this is not a political matter, I want people to understand, it is no longer politics. I've said it over and over again. It is not about whether people went to school or didn't go to school. We have leaders all over the world. I mentioned several. They did not have formal education. The most quoted American president didn't go through formal education. And he's highly respected. Lincoln. And in UK, it was a similar thing with Churchill. He was not a good student in school. And I can go on and on. People who have rich background who didn't have opportunity of going to school. And if you recall during Clinton's problem, our respected former president of America, Jimmy Carter, said, it is not about party, it's not about where you are or what you belong or politics, but if American president have been involved in what they consider perjury, it's a difficult thing. We have a situation where we're now faced with credibility, values, and foundation of our nation. And I think I'm calling on all those that used to speak out to come out and speak out. In this country, people questioned Jonathan's PhD. Somebody said PhD is in zoology is not for presidency. We are the people now. We want them to come out now. So that's why I said respectfully, I'm pleading that this issue be attended to.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, good morning. Yeah, Abayo Nakimola is my name. I report for Wazobia, Nigeria. You just gave us your rich CV now. Did you submit this certificate to INEC? If no, why? Are you scared of anything? That is one. Secondly, this issue of certificate saga, I think it should have all this, everything like this should have been done before the election itself. Don't you think it's high time we look into our electoral process? And Atiku is having his own, we're talking about Tinubu now and others. So don't you think our electoral process needs to be looked into before election, all this should have been settled? Thank you.
Thank you very much. About submission, I'll say it again. If you look at what I submitted to INEC, I submitted up to my university degree, including my youth service, and I attached the other one. The other one, quite frankly, the only thing that it requires is primary and secondary school. But I attached up to university. And like I said, I went to University of Nigeria, Suka. It's not very far. In fact, if you go there today, the present VC, which is the first VC that is an alumnus of the...
I'm coming back to that. Did you hear that journalist asking that this should have been done before, before the election? Is it not a little bit too late now? Meanwhile, they answered the journalist before that this, that one was like, but this issue is in court, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, listen, we're talking about credibility issue here, okay? If you are one of those who are still waiting for Supreme Court to say the certificate is forged or the certificate is original, then you are one of those who are living in denial. Okay? That's exactly what Tinubu wants. He doesn't care what you say about him. He believes that as long as judiciary is not going to look into them or probe into them and clear him, everybody can say whatever they like. He will hold on to that. And that the tribunal failed to even touch those evidences. Remember, at the time, did they make those evidences like worthless? Did they send, I mean, did the tribunals throwing out the evidence and the case, did that change who Tinubu is in the eyes of everyone? No, he didn't. He actually legitimized it. But for people like Tinubu and his gang, they don't care. The only thing they care about is if the court is going to certify it. That's going to be a bigger problem. That's a problem that's going to be